Hello everyone, welcome to Steam Scout. Today we are checking out Lemma, a first-person parkour game set in a voxel-driven universe. And it's a really unique title and one that I've really enjoyed so far. It was developed by a one-man show named Evan Todd, although he did get some help with audio design and some visuals, I believe. By the way, it has VR capability, which I would love to test myself, but unfortunately I don't have that kind of setup. Before we jump in, let's take a quick look at our main menu here. We've got our new game load, of course, when we start the main story. We have challenge levels, which is great, and a full level editor included, by the way, with the game, so kudos to the dev. Controls. This game does have gamepad support. I'm going to stick to keyboard and mouse. Feels good for me, and I'd like to play it that way. Fully rebindable keys, by the way. And our options menu, we have a lot of settings here. Most important to most will be the field of view and motion blur options, which I think is a great addition. So he's really good in the full gambit here of making sure you can play the game how you want to play it. Again, kudos to the dev. So I was struggling to decide where to start with this game, but I think the beginning is the best way to open. So let's jump into our first level here. He's a friend from Berkeley. Last week he hit a breakthrough and disappeared. He calls it Lemma. November 27th. Mark, it's been 24 hours. Lemma has destabilized. I'm not ready to let Joan in yet. I'm afraid she'll get hurt. So you already see a little bit of the snippets of story that we'll get. We'll find notes throughout the game, and there's another way that the game conveys story as well. So you can really see the Mirror's Edge influence outright. It is definitely a first-person parkour game. I mean, was Mirror's Edge the first to do that? But yeah, although it is obviously a loving tribute to Mirror's Edge, and it's influenced in it by many ways, it distinguishes itself with this kind of addition of voxels. And when I say distinguishes, you'll see how unique his ideas are, and I think they're brilliant, the way he incorporates the two. I can't stress enough, like, this game feels good. Like, moving the main character around just feels great, and she's responsive, and the speed at which she moves, and, you know, the ledging mechanic is done really well. Like, it's pretty forgiving. You don't feel like the game is cheating you. So we can go down there and get another story note, but I think we'll head on. Alright, so that was one of the first cool traversal mechanics we'll see. We can jump between walls. And then more will unlock later. So we're going to need it again here. Man, that feels great. I cannot emphasize that enough. So, here's another way that the game likes to introduce story to you. When you find these tesseracts, I believe they're called, nothing to do with the Avengers, I don't think, but when you find these tesseracts, you can use your cell phone to try and contact someone. Joan, I hope you get this in time. Do not come here. Please trust me. So we can choose our reply. Mark, reply if you get this. Oh my god, you're here, aren't you? I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Wow, and you're all right? Oh man, okay. We can figure out a way to get you out of here. What was that white material? It changed when I touched it. Transmits power, sort of. There's more info in my notes. Just stay away from it for now. There's a tesseract up ahead. It's a long way to get you back home, but you have to take it. So we seem to have been in some physics experiment gone wrong or something to that extent. And whenever we find those nodes or points, we can kind of jump to climb walls with left shift here. Whenever we find those nodes, we can contact Ryan, who seemingly started the experiment and kind of gives us a little background on how the characters know each other and what is their relationship. Alright, so here we see some of our first introduction to some of the puzzle elements, and I think that's another thing that's really unique about this game is it's not just about traversal, it's about solving the kind of puzzle that's laid out before you. So these blocks here are specific, and when we touch them, they activate. And we'll see that come into effect later. They have different properties. Sometimes they'll lower a wall like you saw there. And sometimes they'll do very, very different things. Alright. So, this is again an advantage that he has with kind of designing these levels with voxels, is that kind of gives you this kind of surreal feeling to this universe. And some people, I imagine, might find it a little vacant, but to me, I think it's inviting. It's such a cool, unique style. And actually, I guess that would probably be the only point of contention that some people, oh, that was a close one, all right, nice, might find with this game is just the visuals. Perhaps it might be a little underwhelming to some, but I think they accomplish the goal purposefully. Where am I now? You're still in Lemma. The Tesseract just took you to a different route. Or terrain, sorry. Anything else? What exactly is a terrain? The word that my brain was unable to read. Each terrain is a self-contained microcosm. What does that mean? It's a great question. They're infinitely far apart, sort of. They still affect each other, and obviously they're connected in more ways than one. That's not obvious at all. It reminds me of my physics professor in college, who used to say obvious all the time when extremely complex equations were required to solve things. And no, it was never obvious. You're frolicking through a trippy cube world. Who's crazy now? Just keep heading towards the next Tesseract and text me when you get stuck. Alright, let's keep moving. So, you can see some optional things here, like that orb. If I'm feeling brave, I can go for it. By the way, there's no penalty for falling. I suppose I should show that real quick. It just kind of starts you right back to where you were before. Let's see how good I am, actually. Let's try and get this guy. Oh! Not quite. We'll move on. Okay, so we need to wall run and then jump to reach the ledge. Let's try it. Oh, a little short. Let's try again. Got it. All right. Man, that feels good. So if I hold left shift, which is also my climb mechanic, you'll see it goes in slow motion. Nice. So we have a dodge roll, or kind of a Link-esque roll to avoid damage. We can do it anytime we want, and actually it is kind of useful, you'll see, for other things. One of the biggest discoveries of our time is that light and matter are essentially the same. Light can convert to matter and vice versa. I love this really science fiction physics based plot. Now this is our only active obstacle. Anytime you see something red, it's trying to kill you. So those cubes basically have have an inclination to end our life here, so we're going to keep moving. So there are a lot of ways I could have traversed through that section, and I took the one that looked... Oh, goodness. Ooh, that was close. We're okay, I think. Let's get out of here. And I think that's one of the real strengths of this game, is you'll see the worlds will kind of start opening up, or I should say the levels rather, and really giving you a lot of options about how you can get from point to point. I think we'll skip the notes for now. So let's take a look at this door over here, which we need to get past. If I remember earlier, I saw these kind of path, basically these kind of brown voxels are sort of paths for the switches. So I need to activate on something on the other side of it. So let's see if I can get a better view here. Oh, there's an orb over there. I'm not going for that one. So we'll follow these brown voxels here. And we see they lead all the way over there. Let's go. Whew, made it. So yeah, you can see it's pretty forgiving about when you're going to grab onto the ledge, which I really like, and it just makes the game flow better and more fun. Alright, so blue voxels can be destroyed, and it's pretty satisfying. And they're also the same tiles that we can activate. So let's flip our switch here. So if we follow the light and we head back to our door, it should open. Oh, that was a close one. I grabbed on for dear life there. So I don't recall if Mirror's Edge had any of these kind of puzzles elements to it, but again, I think it's a great differentiator and a strength of this game. We'll kind of talk to our buddy here quickly. Oh, you opened the door for us. Thank you. Okay, so we're approaching one of the real unique features of the game, and I think one that really makes it stand alone. So I'll show you really quickly what this red does. Don't want to step on that. And you may have saw this blue or purple pad over here, which we can head to. Let's go. I'll do the slow motion effect for drama. All right. So now as we walk, we're making the blue tile. And we want to make a bridge here between the blue tile and our switch. All right. So the power flow through, and here comes our platform. Nice. All right, let's keep going. Yeah! Really satisfying. And the sound design, audio design is so good. It really contributes to that impact of breaking through those voxels there. And the music too and the ambiance it's a complete package, honestly. It's got everything going for it, this game. I think it's wonderful. So we need to get past here, and we'll notice that red will start chasing us. And we need to move quickly and get to the signal tower here. All right. So since I've played the level before, I'm moving through a little quicker than the first time I played the game when I was still trying to figure things out. But the puzzles are, to me, are the ones that I've encountered thus far have been really well designed, not to the kind that frustrate you, but after a little bit of time and thought will let you figure it out. So we can't run on the red, but if we step on this guy, I'll get rid of it for us. We can head to the door. Let's go. So you can see that red was chasing us. So yeah, there's no combat in the game, which I think actually personally is a great decision, and it really means that, you know, the parkour aspects and the traversal can shine. Alright, so this to me is, again, one of the unique features of this game, and I guess you just have to kind of see it. So now when I wall run, or I slide, I create blue voxels, which I can use as a bridge to get across things. So I can literally make my own path through the game, and as you'll see, while approaching a more open environment here, one where this traversal mechanic really gets a chance to shine. So what we're trying to do is activate these pillars. Some of them are optional. They're going to lead to more of those collectible orbs. And others will take us to the next area. So look, we have this kind of big open section. Something that I don't think Mirror's Edge did, and I sort of hate to keep bringing that game up, but the comparisons that are going to be drawn are so obvious. Oops. By the way, even after you eat it, your blue voxels stick around. But yeah, I think it means that you can make your own path, and it's really fascinating, and it plays out well. So I think we're going to want to go here. And then alright, we want to activate all the... I think we need to activate all of them. That's a little bit too dangerous. By the way, you can't continually or perpetually make these blue blocks, as you can see right there. It'll let you extend out kind of 2 sections, and then it will stop. Otherwise, you could just make bridges forever. Okay, so I believe we can't activate... Yeah, right. We can't activate this one until we deal with the other blocks, I believe. Yes, that's right. So we can see these white markers representing the totems that we've activated. So those 2 have been activated. And we need to still activate that one and that one. So let's go to the right one first. I like that slow-mo gruff sound of the land there. Okay, that was close. That music is wonderful, I'm telling you. I love it. Okay, so this is a little odd. This took me a while to figure out. I know I want to activate the cube, but I need to step on the blue squares. But there aren't any blue squares. But wait a second. I can create them. There we go. Really cool idea. And such good design. Alright, so we'll use the platforms that we created earlier to make our way to the other side here. And once we've got these active, we should be able to head back up to that pillar up there. Yeah, there it goes. So again, probably the only complaint that some could have with this game is the visual style. But to me, I look at this and it's wonderful. It's meant to be surreal. They're not going for anything realistic, so it works with the voxel style, in my opinion. And just look at that. That's so cool how those structures create themselves. So we're going to want to get up there, and then we can traverse to the next part. Oh no! Jump kick to our doom. Didn't want to jump kick there. I wanted to slide. Alright. I think we'll jump. Yeah, nice. Whoa! Okay, so I think that's a good place to stop. You've probably got a good sense of what Lemma is like. We'll take a quick look at the challenge levels, and I guess I will kind of wrap up my thoughts here on the game. So Lemma is $14.99, and I personally think it's absolutely fantastic. It takes the best of what Mirror's Edge did, and then puts this unique voxel spin on it, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. And if you enjoyed Mirror's Edge on any capacity, I think you will absolutely dig this game, and I highly recommend it to you. If you didn't, if you're not one of the people who played Mirror's Edge, if you think it looks interesting to you, give it a try. Oh no! Oh my gosh, what is going on? Run, Joan! Where's the end? Oh my god. That looks like a dead end. Make it! Oh! Okay, come on, come on, come on! Oh no!